XTV's very own Dan John!
Hello. You all having a good night so far? Yeah. I'll start this how I mean to go on. Give me a cheer if you've been made redundant this year. Just me then. Yes, go 2009. I had to say it took me by surprise slightly. I thought my job was pretty recession-proof. You know, I was working for like a high street institution, been around for about 100 years. Made it through the Great Depression. I thought, you know, credit crunch, it's not going to affect me. Good old Woolworths. Yeah, there were signs though, you know, the Christmas adverts I should have given away to me really. You know, one year we had William Worth celebrating Christmas at home, knock on the door, who is it? Jackie Chan, just as Santa. Last year, William Worth at home, you know, celebrating Christmas, knock on the door, who is it? The debt collectors. You know, there were signs. I didn't see those signs. I was working at home actually, in the store all the way up until it closed. And I have to say, it was quite odd serving people going, oh, okay, so that's one Michael Bublé CD, one picture frame, some double soft pillows, and one of our shelf units. You know, your job probably isn't all that safe when you've got a buy one, get one free offer on the chairs from the staff room. Although I did get commission on those, so that was a good Christmas present for my nan. Yeah. I've recreated our staff room in her living room, which is awesome. One thing I do miss about Woolworths, however, is the people that we used to get in there, and the freaks, especially the ones who used to come in and spend half an hour smelling the Worth It soap, which is quite ridiculous because the Worth It soap doesn't have a smell. It was 30p, it was barely soap. It's one of those soaps that gets you more dirty than before you used it. And towards the last hour, when we were serving at Woolworths, we were told to fill big sack bags full of whatever was left in the store, and we sold that for £1. And I have to say, I was amazed at just how much utter shit people will buy if they're buying it for £1. Right? Not literal shit, obviously. We hadn't reached that stage of corporate desperation where we were shitting in bags and selling it. However, if we'd sold it for £1, people would have bought it, right? Because I filled one bag entirely with High School Musical posters for a joke, and then brilliantly sold it to a man who was famous in our village for being homeless. Now what a man who doesn't actually own any walls was planning to do with 40 posters of Zac Efron, I have no idea, but I can guarantee you that he was overjoyed. One of the things I really missed about Woolworths is reading Pick Me Up magazine in my lunch breaks. I don't know if you've come across Pick Me Up magazine? I hadn't at first. I knew it was a woman's magazine. You know, I assumed it'd be full of sort of women's articles, like, you know, how to knit a tampon or something. No. Turns out it's actually the magazine equivalent of the Circus Freak Show. You know, I had no idea where they find the people for those articles. I personally have never met a woman who's eaten her own face, but I have read an article entitled Face Eater, right? And there were pictures and everything, you know, before, during, and after. You know, which sounds disgusting, you know, why take photos of that? But I thought, if I managed to overcome the physical impossibility of eating my own face, I would want pictures to show people, because that's quite impressive, isn't it? You know, you could be at a dinner party with your housemates, and they're all talking about their gap year adventures. You know, I went walking in the Himalayas. Well, that's nothing. I taught sign language to orangutans in Borneo. Once, I ate my own face. Centre-page spread to prove it. You know, what beats that? Actually, to be fair, the best story I've ever come across in Pick Me Up was one I came across a couple of weeks ago, and it was about a woman who tried to artificially inseminate herself using nothing but a turkey baster and some sea monkeys. Now, yeah, they say sex education isn't working. I don't know about you. I had some sea monkeys as a child, and as I got older, I have always thought that they did bear an unnerving similarity to sperm. But it begs the question, what did she think a half-human, half-sea monkey crossbreed would be like? I can only imagine they would have the swimming ability of Michael Phelps and the charming good looks of Wayne Rooney. I'm not a scientist, that's just guesswork. But yeah, so that's my favourite Pick Me Up magazine article I'd read, obviously not while I was at Woolworths, but I've realised though that my track record of jobs isn't great. It's very much like in fact it's almost identical to my track record of relationships. You know, I spent ages looking to get in one. You know, lots of interviews, but generally fucked them up because I come across a bit too keen and desperate. You know, finally get in one. There's never really the one you wanted. Struggling to hold it down, and within a couple of months, you know, after I found myself getting sacked. Which, yeah. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, a little bit slow, but thank you very much. No, my housemate Jamie says it's because I can't get past the first date. And he says that's because I don't pay for the girl's meal. Now, just to prove a point, if you're a girl here, and I took you on a date, and I paid for my meal and you paid for yours, would you like to go on a date with me again? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rosie. Well, I didn't really prove my point at all. Sorry, Jamie. But basically, yeah. I don't think that's true, because I'm just a modern man, you know. I'm perfectly behind, you know, equal pay in the workplace. I just think that should extend to equal pay in the restaurant. So, you know, it's only fair. You know, if I was going to pay for half the meal, I'd want to eat half her meal, and most people aren't really up for that. You know, to be fair, I do have traditional values as well, and I've tried to put the two together. You know, strike a deal with my date and say, look, I'm happy to pay for your meal if you'll just promise that your parents will pay for our wedding. But that doesn't go down very well on the first date. So yeah, cheers for that advice, Jamie. Well, while I'm on the subject of relationships, just before I go, I'd just like to tell you about the worst first date I've ever been on. It taught me one very important thing. If you're on a first date, please never bring up your medical disorders, okay? Because I went on a date with a girl, and we went to a restaurant, and she started taking some pills, and I thought, well, I'm not going to ask what that's for, you know, just leave it for now. But she then proceeded to tell me very loudly that it was for her skin condition to stop her face from flaking off. You know? Yeah, I was eating pastry, right? It was not nice, okay? Right, before I go, I'm just going to give the guys in the audience some relationship words of wisdom, actually. Please never take relationship advice from the Spice Girls, okay? Because no matter how many times they insisted in wannabe, if you want to be a girl's lover, under no circumstances, get with her friends, okay? Because it will piss her off, I'll just let you know that. You've been very nice, thank you very much. Be very nice to my friend George in a bit as well. Thank you.